So we got one of these Snailax massage chairs from Amazon. Um, and we got a 2-year warranty with it, but within the first couple weeks, every time the back massager would get down to the bottom part here, it would just keep making a clicking noise and wouldn't return back up. It would still rotate the heads on the bottom, but it'd just keep clicking and not actually make its path back up. So I managed to get the thing open. It's zippers, but you had to trim off some little pieces of string and stuff to be able to get to it. And then once you do that, you can kind of open it up and you'll find like these quick disconnects here. And then in here, they're kind of shoved back in there. And then there's another one in this bottom seat cushion. You have to get this zipper open to reach back into there to be able to get this quick disconnect done. So you can actually flip it open and actually do some work on it. Then there was a cover on here that I took off to look at the wiring. That's where the circuit board is. And then there's this cover on here that I took off to look at these wires. So since it wouldn't come back up, I figured that it was having trouble jumping these two wires across. So when these two come down, they touch this plate, which will complete the connection between these two. And that will go up into one of the harnesses here, up through this wiring harness, and then to the circuit board to tell the motor to switch direction and to go up. And then there's another one up here and a plate back in there. And then when it hits that, it tells the motor to switch direction and go down. So this one wasn't working. So I used a multimeter to check the connection from here to the harness in here. There's a few harnesses in here, but the wires are different colors, so it wasn't too hard to find. So the red wire was fine, and the brown wire from here to this end of the harness was fine. But then I checked from where the brown wire goes into the upper part of the harness, turns into a purple wire. So I checked from here to where it connects here to this purple wire here. And my multimeter said there was a break in the line somewhere. So what I did is I snipped the purple wire here, and I snipped it over here. You can't really see where I snipped it in there. I really don't want to pull all that wiring back out. But I snipped it there, and then I checked from where this harness connects into the circuit board to where I'd snipped the wire in there. It's in the wire nut now. And it was a complete connection. And I checked from the connector here to the tip of the purple wire that I'd snipped, and it was a complete connection. So I knew my break in the wire was somewhere in there. So instead of opening it up, pulling it out, and trying to figure it out, I just took an old piece of sprinkler wire and just pulled one of the wires out of it. And then, I just used scraps that I had laying around. There's probably a more proper way to do this, but I used a wire nut to connect the sprinkler wire here. And the sprinkler wire is a thicker gauge too, so I wasn't worried about it burning out the wire because I went up in gauge. So I connected it. You can see from the purple, I put it into the blue sprinkler wire. Then I just connected it, used zip ties to connect it to here, because this all moves and flexes as this travels up and down the path. So you don't want the wire getting caught up in one of these rotating heads, or just rip it out. And that could be hazardous. So I connected it all down through here, and then I ran out of wire nuts, so I just used this connector here and just crimped them both into the same end, because this wire connector wasn't really, it was too big of a size for the wires I was using, so I ran both wires into the same end and just crimped them together that way. Again, there's a better way to do it, but it's just what parts I had laying around. But now it works again. It goes up and down and everything works. I just got to put the thing back together. And forgot to mention the Snailax. I sent them a video of it making that clicking noise. They didn't ask for it to be returned or anything. They just shipped me a new one out in like less than a week. So it was really good how they handled the warranty and everything. So if you are thinking about getting one of these massage chairs, I would recommend it. Their warranty, they were on the ball, didn't ask for this old one back. And instead of throwing it away, I figured I'd take it apart. And I like taking things apart and seeing how they work. And I was able to actually fix it. So it looks like we have 2 massage chairs for the price of one.